Welcome, everyone, to our deep dive. We're looking at source material all about health and well-being today.
That's right. And specifically, we're digging into some interesting bits from an article called Natural Ways to Lower Blood Pressure.
A really relevant topic. I mean, the source points out that nearly half of adults over 40 have elevated blood pressure.
Yeah, it's huge. And the immediate worry for many is often, okay, do I need medication right away?
Exactly. So our mission here is to unpack what this specific source says about, well, starting naturally. Can you actually do something to begin lowering it quickly, like even tonight?
That's the hook, isn't it? And the article does lay out some background first. It talks about why blood pressure tends to go up as we get older.
Right, what does it mention there?
Things like arteries getting a bit stiffer over time, maybe becoming more sensitive to salt or stress.
And probably lifestyle factors too. Less activity, maybe some weight gain.
Exactly. Those are mentioned, plus even some subtle changes in how the kidneys work. It paints a picture of why it happens.
But importantly, the source doesn't just leave it there, right? It stresses that you're not just stuck with that trend.
No, definitely not. It really highlights the idea that small daily habits can make a real difference, and it seems to zoom in on one particular technique.
One that it claims is surprisingly fast and effective without needing meds right off the bat.
It certainly seems to suggest that. Gets right to it.
Okay, so let's get right to it too. The source mentions lowering blood pressure potentially tonight. How? What's the method?
So the article points squarely at slow, deep breathing. It calls it one of the fastest proven natural approaches.
Deep breathing, okay. How does the source say you should, actually do it? What are the steps?
It's pretty straightforward, actually. Find a comfy spot to sit, close your eyes, and the main thing is the rhythm.
Rhythm, right.
You inhale slowly, through your nose count maybe 4 seconds, then breathe out gently through your mouth for longer, say around 6 seconds.
So in for 4, out for 6, nose in, mouth out. Simple enough. How long do you need to keep that up?
Just 5 minutes. According to this article, just 5 minutes of focusing on that breath can start to shift things. It helps calm the system down.
5 minutes. And the science. How can just breathing change your actual blood pressure reading?
Yeah, the article touches on the mechanism. It explains that this kind of focused breathing helps lower stress hormones, like cortisol.
Cortisol, right, the stress hormone. And that usually constricts blood vessels, doesn't it?
It can, yes. And the breathing helps reduce that effect. Plus, the force suggests it might boost something called nitric oxide.
Ah, nitric oxide. I've heard of that. That's important for blood vessels.
Very important. The article explains it helps the blood vessels relax, kind of.
Yeah.
Widen up a bit.
Which means less pressure inside them. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Does the source give any, actual numbers? How much of a drop are we talking about from these 5 minutes?
This is the really interesting part. The source claims that a single 5-minute session like this could potentially lower your systolic pressure.
Yeah.
That's the top number, right?
Right.
By 5 to 10 points.
Wow. Hold on. 5 to 10 points just from 5 minutes of breathing. That sounds quite significant for something so simple.
It is a notable claim. And it kind of explains why, as the source also mentions, you see doctors now recommending things like mindfulness and deep breathing more often.
As a first step. For milder cases, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. As a first-line strategy, sometimes before jumping straight to pills, or at least alongside them.
So the article presents this breathing as a powerful starting point. Does it suggest doing only this or combining it with other things?
Oh, definitely suggests combining. While the breathing gets highlighted for that quick potential impact, the source also brings up other habits from the article.
Like what?
Things we often hear about keeping an eye on salt, making sure you drink enough water, maybe adding short walks, especially after meals. They're framed as, supporting the breathing technique for more sustained benefit.
So it really comes back to that idea of small steps adding up, consistency.
Absolutely. The core message seems to be about the power of simple actions. You don't always need something drastic to start making a change.
5 minutes of focused breathing. The article makes it sound like a real, accessible tool.
That's the takeaway. It's presented as something genuinely impactful you can try, well, almost immediately.
So a final thought then for you listening, based on this source. If just 5 minutes of paying attention to your breath might actually move the needle on your blood pressure, as this article suggests, what other small, manageable habits mentioned in the source, maybe cutting back just a bit on salt, having an extra glass of water, that quick walk might be waiting to make a difference for you?